Okay, hi. We're gonna do Yam Abacus. The main ingredient will be the yam, of course, and the tapioca starch. I'm using this brand called Huangnan. So first you have to shave the thing, is it?
You shred.
Yeah, you have to take away the skin. So you can see here, I've shredded the skin I've removed the skin from the yam. And then maybe because usually the skin has a lot of this furry thing, so you can just wash it first. After that, just cut it into slices. Yeah, so I have it so it's easier for me to cut. If not, it's too thick to cut through. So just cut around like maybe 1 cm, 2 cm thick. Then okay, after you cut finish, you put it on this kind of tray. It must have hole so that the water don't retain inside all this. Yeah. Okay, since I'm not using a steamer, so yeah, you have to wait until the water is boiled. Actually, put it around the better frame, right? Just a little bit beneath it, around 1 finger apart. So you put it in, and then we shall wait for it to cook. The ways to see if the yam is cooked is to actually poke it to see if it go through or not. Okay, after around 20 minutes, because my yam is actually quite cooked. So now we are checking whether it's cooked or not. All go through, so should be okay. Okay, so okay. Okay, so now we can close the fire. And take the yam out. Put this onto the plate. Then you mash it up. Okay, I got a wooden spatula, so I'm gonna use this. So just mash it up. You have to do it while it's hot so that it won't be that hard to mash it up. Okay, for the steaming process for the yam, right, sometimes because my one is a bit thicker, so it takes a longer time. So it's best to check from time to time, like around 5 to 10 minutes to check on your yam to see if it's cooked or not. If you want it to be cooked faster, just cut into more thin slices, because mine is a bit thick. Actually, you can use a spoon if you don't have a wooden spatula, it's alright. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to start adding in the starch powder. So add little by little, not too much, slowly increasing. She's supposed to use a hand. I prefer using a hand because it's be better, but it's quite hot now, so yeah. So you stir it with my hand with a spatula. So you just keep stirring up. Okay, so the yam, right, I've gradually added more starch, the tapioca starch, as I knead them. So you can just normally knead them like dough like that. There's no process like or things that you have to do to watch out for. Just that don't add the tapioca flour too much at a time. Add it slowly, one by one. So the state is like when you grab one out and you make it into one of the bakers. Yeah, if it crack right, that means it's still like quite dry. Cause it cracked, you see over here. So it's still quite dry. Maybe you can add some water to let it be less dry. Cause the flavor, cause the type of texture you want to taste when you eat the when you eat the yam abacus is the QQ filling. So yeah. So I'm gonna get some water. So I just add a little at a time. If you find it like too dry, cause you added too much flour. So you start kneading it. Try to knead it for some time, like around a few minutes, so that you got the QQ filling within. So it's like actually I guess an track thing. There's no really something to like benchmark it. So if you find it too sticky, because just now maybe I added a bit too much water, you can add some flour to make it back to the correct texture slowly. Okay. Okay. So just continue kneading it for a few minutes. It's like if you got do like the tang yuan, the rice ball for those Chinese festival, it should be around the same texture as it. Okay. So now you just grab a bit out. Just a small bit will do. The size actually depends on you, but I think don't do too big. It will be very hard to cook it later. Then from here, you make it circle. Okay, then from here, it's actually quite easy. Your both finger at the top and the bottom, and then you just pinch. Pinch it. Okay, make sure it's circle shape, and that's the biggest seed. Okay? Yeah, so for the rest of the dough, you also do the same thing. Yeah, okay, you can actually place your abacus seed on the pan, but before that maybe you can put some like the tapioca starch so that the thing won't stick to it. Okay? So yeah. Okay, once you have finished making the abacus seed into these shapes, I actually got like around 2 tray. Okay, you will actually, because as I'm not using a steamer, no, you cannot use a steamer. You have to cook it, so you have to have boiling water first. Then you slowly add the abacus seed inside. How do we see whether it's cooked or not? It's quite easy. When the abacus seed float up, that means it's cooked already. But it's better to cook. I usually will cook it for a bit longer time. So yeah. Remember to stir it like from time to time, so it won't stick together. So okay, well before you cook this, actually you should also prepare one pot of cold water. Just normal water will do. You don't need add ice. So that once these things are cooked, you can just, for example, get some of them up, and then you put it into the cold water. There you go. So continue the process for each and every of it. This is just only the part where we are making the bacon seed. Later we have to stir fry it to add some flavors to it. Because the yam itself is quite bland in flavor, so is the tapioca flour. Okay, once all the bacon is in the water, try not to let the water get too hot or warm. You can put water like this, like keep on let the tap run so that the water will get cooler. So that the main purpose is to let the bacon cool down. Yep. Now that the bacon is done and the water is quite cool already, so you just have to drain the water out. Because I'm only cooking a part of it and I'm not using it all today, so I have to drain it, okay? So when do you know whether the thing is dry? Until there's no water leaking out from the basket, okay? Now that it's like quite drained, so I put the portion that I want to cook in one bowl. Then the rest that I want to store in another bowl. Okay, for those who want to store, or that we want to store, we have to add oil to it. So, from here. Any type of oil will do, olive oil whatsoever, as long as you're comfortable with it. I'm using vegetable oil from FairPrice. So I just add a bit. Yeah, so just add one round will do. And then you massage the thing so that the oil will get onto each and every one of them so that they won't stick together. When you refrigerate it, you must put it in the freezer. Yeah, so whenever you want to cook it, just take it out, defrost it, and you can fry it later. Okay, this will be the ingredients you need. The Chinese mushroom, the Chinese type. There is like shrimps, dried shrimps, the bacon seed, minced pork. Then there is coriander and other veggies. Actually, you can add any veggie you want. You can add lettuce and cabbage, up to your own preference. First you have to cut the, actually I use cutting because it's easier, so you just have to cut the mushroom like this. Okay, so it's done. Before that, try to soak the mushroom in the water first. If not, you can just use hot water, it'll be faster. Next, you have to dice the mushroom. So basically, just lay it like together like this, and then you dice it by cutting. It's an easier method to dice it. This will be mushroom. Next will be the dried shrimps. So basically, you just chop it, like mince it, like chop it into pieces also. For the dried shrimps, I soak it in hot water first before I use it. It's quite easy, just chop. Don't mince it too much, just a bit will do. For every of the different ingredients that you chop, you have to wash the chopping board before, and the knife before using. So this will be the chong. So just a bit will do. This will be the Chinese coriander. Last but not least, the garlic. Remember to cut away the bottom. Same goes with the garlic, just dice it. Okay, so it's done. So now I can start frying start to cook the bacon seed. So now you put the oil in. A bit more oil is alright, cause more oil, more flavor. Okay, and now you add the garlic. golden brown, then you can smell the smell also. This time you add the dried shrimps. Fry it. You add the mushroom. Fry it. Next would be the meat. The minced meat. Add some water because you will get a bit dry. The salt. Add in half a teaspoon. Yeah. So just add it in. Okay, then you fry it so that the salt won't be concentrated at one area. So now you add in the abacus seed. And add in some water at the same time. Mix the abacus seed and the shrimp and the mushroom and the minced pork until they are well mixed up. So add a bit more water because it's getting dry. And now you add in the veggie. Just put it all in. So now the abacus is done. Okay, so this is the famous Hakka dish, 算盘子. Thank you.